Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So, I'm back from hunting, and I will share with you 3 pictures. These pictures are not offensive or anything like that, unless you are at that level of weakness that you can't see a dead animal without a wound. But nevertheless, we might have people around us here watching my channel just to post intelligent comments or for other reasons, or maybe to get stronger. Why? Because if we don't expose ourselves to situations, we will not know how to react and how to improve our weaknesses. We all have a dose of weakness and a dose of strength. So in order to change that into that, you have to get involved, get active, and analyze and change. So I hope for weak people who watch my, or very weak people, and this is strong people in their, how should I put it, in their abilities, watching this will get them stronger. So I will have a few stories, or at least a general story about my hunting experience, and also some political stuff that I was supposed to do and I didn't know I have to. And I will show you the attitude of my American friends towards being given an policy, an order, I would say, their attitude versus my attitude facing some policies, like you have to do this, and how my Americans took it by the government and how I took it. Just a different take on things, different attitudes towards being told what to do. And it's strange because the Americans are from the land of the free, and I am from the land of the not free, Romania, right? So let's start with the first picture. And remember, this is not something that should get people scared or anything. It's just a dead animal, that's what it is, and a human being. And since I was attacked by that vicious buck with those antlers, I had to defend myself like Israel, and I did it, as you can tell. So I think I applied my right of self-defense against that poor buck. So that's one picture. Let's go to the next picture, which is right here. I took it that way, so it seems a bigger, obviously. You have to play with images a little bit. Anyway, in the process of defending myself with a modern Remington 300 Ultra Magnum for this vicious killer buck, with the scope as well, Nikon scope. So I had to employ everything. I had all my waiting session for the buck to show up. Oh, here it is. Boom. So that's hunting, and I have another picture here with the same duo. One of them being not so happy about it, obviously, and the other one playing the tough hunter. That's the guy squatting over there taking a poo-poo. So here is the result of the beautiful day, though, in the background and all that. It was beautiful scenery. I had an extraordinary time with my friends over there, where we had deer camp the night before. Pleasant conversations, pleasant audience people, how do you call them? Not audience, people that you interact with, company, that's the word I was looking for. Some adult beverages, limited, played some pool. It was a good time, and conversations at a wood fireplace. Great, fantastic time, and I thank them for organizing that each and every year. So now that was the experience to a certain extent. I might go again next week for another experience, or I can go somewhere else. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do, or if I'm going to do. Now let's go to the political little stuff. When I first started hunting was about 20 years ago. And it was in the United States of America because this is the used to be the land of the free more than it is today. And I will explain why. When I came here, these were the requirements. You go and buy a firearm, and they will check your criminal history, FBI, and they will give you the firearm right there, and you buy the bullets, and you are out the door. That would have happened at that moment, or maybe they will wait 24 hours because FBI was working too fast. And then you would get your rifle, and that would be it. No other things. I don't even know if before 20 years ago, let's say, you need to have these guys run a background check on you. I know for the firearm, but for the rifle, I don't remember. I think I've been told that you just purchase it from Walmart. It used to be like pop, 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 and you don't need any FBI phone calls or anything like that. But hey, our freedoms got more free, you know. Nowadays, you go into the same thing, file some applications, they check your poo-poo and everything just to make sure you're the right one. So they let you go over there. Safety is our strength now. And so anyway, that's the way it used to be. Then you go to buy a license. This is the way. You go over there, you give your ID, and they give you a license for wherever you want to go hunting, or private property, or on state land. A little bit of bureaucracy over there, obviously, but it became more and more and more like this because you have to provide exactly where you go and all that. All right, and then I'm going to show you chronologically how things went down. You didn't have to do anything else. Just take that license, go and hunt on your own, and you shoot, let's say in this case, the deer. You had a license for a doe, and for a buck, and then firearm, and then you might have a license for a doe. Depends, or maybe both. You didn't have to register anything after you shot anything. You just shoot it, field dress it, whatever you do, take it home and do whatever you want with it. No government involved. The DNR, Department of Natural Resources, might stop you, as it stopped me many times, in the woods or wherever they see you having a deer somewhere around your car. And they would, or truck or SUV, whatever you were driving, and they would check your ID, they will check on you, DNR. On the street, if you're driving, they see a deer, they stop you to make sure that you didn't, poach or whatever, poach the deer. So little by little, I want to tell you what happened now. After I shot that buck over there, I've been told that things changed. You have to go online and you have to report what you shot. Well, before they had sometimes deer get sick of certain kind of sicknesses, so it was voluntary. If you shot something, you will look around the lungs and see if they were sick. They give you a lot of information, pictures, how to look for that, and then you look, and if they were sick, you report it if you want it. To let them know in this area, this sickness is, I can't remember how it was called, something on the lungs, little yellow things and so on, lumps and so on. It was not hard to detect that. I can't remember how it's called, but it doesn't really matter. So it was voluntary. So now, what happened this year, after I shot this one, I was informed by a friend of mine that you have to report that you shot the deer, you have to report it to the DNR, Department of Natural Resources. What? Yes, you have to go online and you have to put the ID number that you got, the ID of the license, and they will get your information, and they would ask you some questions. What you shot, where you shot it, what you shot, and so on, locations and information that were, for me, became mandatory, I was told, not voluntary. Obviously, if someone did not want to report that, but now the attitude of my friends regarding this. So for me, all of that was unnecessary. Why do I need to report what I shot? 20 years ago, I didn't have to. What changed? Now, the argument that I asked my friend, I said, what's going on? And he said that they want to make sure that they keep a balance into the dump in the population, and the questions over there were not based on that. They could have made it even shorter and did not have to do anything with the information. Oh, you just want to keep a balance and they want to understand. No, they would have asked me, did you kill a buck or a doe? Not even that. If you want to keep a balance, but it's not should be a requirement. That should be their studies. Oh, and it's not should be voluntary. It should be voluntary. Nevertheless, his attitude was no question that this for me it was like, why do these guys want to know all that? Why do you want to put where I'm from, because they will retrieve my driver's license, where I'm from, where I go and hunt, probably with whom I'm hunting, because they get nearer and nearer to where you hunt, to where you go and hunt, what kind of deer you shot. Tomorrow they're going to hunt you, ask you what kind of rifle you used, what kind of bullets, how many you shot. My friend had no questions. He was given by the government, you got to do it because we have to, I don't even know exactly what they want to do with that. But he was very, yes, we're going to do it. For me, as a crazy Romanian coming from Romania, where I lived under communists, I was like, why would the government want to know this? It makes no sense. I don't want it. I don't want to. That was in my head, my process. I don't want to do it. But I knew I had to. The difference in mentality. Follow rules, not follow rules. Not follow rules because of what I lived under the communists. When the government made a new policy, it was for control. He didn't take it that way, but he was regimented. He was providing information to the government that the first question would be, well, what the hell is my business? Off. But he didn't ask that. So that was with that. And this is a mentality. I read an article this morning about a policy that was instituted the same way. These guys give you a policy regarding, I don't know, we gotta help Israel or something, we have to do this or do that. And they give you a justification. And most people, and this friend of mine, he's very intelligent, he's a very accomplished individual in the United States of America. He's good, very good. And these guys, the government give you a justification. This is why we do this, and that's idiotic. But people even would not question that; they would just go with it. An idiot like me would be like, whoa, why? Why do I need to do this? Why do you tell me this? Why do I need to do it? But this friend of mine, he follows the rules. He did. Good guy, intelligent guy, great guy, fantastic guy. He didn't ask the question about the government. Why would the government want to know that? That's not the government's business to know anything that they ask through that mandatory registration is called. Just different mentality. Well, this is the mentality, and he's not that young, so I don't want to say that he's 20 or something like this. What I would say, well, he's immature or he's and I'm not criticizing him. I'm just showing you I wouldn't dare to criticize him. But the mentality is different. Now in Romania, where I come from, you didn't have this freedom of going and buying your gun, buy your license, go wherever your public land, or if you have a property, you go on your own property, private land, and you shoot. You shoot a deer and it's yours. No, in Romania you have to be part of a freaking club. The gun, not anyone can buy a rifle. You go to that club, you go like a group and shoot one deer, about 20 people, and then they chop that deer and blah, 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 blah. That's how it used to be. I don't know how it is right now, but I don't think it's this kind of freedom. But it seems like this freedom that we have here gets infringed, more control. It's good that we're still allowed to do it, but I figured it's a business interest as well. Why? Because just for this hunting trip, just for myself, I paid a lot of money. A lot of money compared with some, not a lot of money compared with others. But all of us who were over there involved, we helped the economy. We consumed many, many things. We consumed bullets, we consumed clothing, we drove cars, we bought for licenses. I paid $50 for a license, whatever it was over there, combo, blah, 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 blah. $50, $52, I think. Before, when I first started, I think it was $14, 20 years ago. That's what I paid for a license, $14 for one license for one, but I think here I had two. But now it's 50 some. So imagine that 50, and the other ones had more than I had. 50 with the gas driving, with the food, with all the party, with everything you got, the bullets and all that. Now, that's a lot of money. Now, my bullets that I'm shooting, they're very expensive because I have a gun that I can use it for anything. For everything. Let's say starting from the moose to the deer. So they're expensive, but that's my thing. But again, when I bought it the first time, I think 20 rounds were, how much were for the Ultra Magnum 300 Remington? I think they were $36. I think $36. And I think right now, if you find them, you don't find them. You go online and try to find them. I think right now it's about $75, $80 for 20 bullets. It's something like $3 or more for bullet. But hey, this is America, and you do it. You don't go target practice with it. So, all right, my friends. Overall, it was a great experience, and I thank my friends for organizing it, and very good time. And yeah, we go over there. Remember, shooting that animal, for me at least, is maybe 2% of the whole thing of hunting. But it's like, you go and you want to go and make love or have sex, but you don't penetrate, or you don't even touch the other person. You do everything. You drink the good wine, a candle, nice music. Maybe you dance. Maybe you get undressed, and before you hop. So that would be without shooting an animal. That's sex without actually doing it. So that's why if you go and you shoot, I'm not a big fan of doing that, but it's part of completing the whole thing. So here it is, my friends. Besides, I look at here in the United States of America, especially in the region where I live, the deer population is very, very big, very big. And I'm not people who live, let's say, in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, these states, and New York, or they know the deer is just crop accidents, and I don't want to make a justification because actually, they are animals and there are a lot of them, so it's not like going to drive them to extinction. I'm not saying, I'm doing something good for the population, but if you don't contain it, you're gonna have a deer or 5 deers in your backyard in 5 years. And whose fault? Ours, because we destroyed the earth. I got that one. All right, we populated but hey, if we go religiously, we are supposed to use it. Remember what God told us? That take it and use it, and your animal use them and so on. So from a religious standpoint, which is not my thing, I'm on the right side. Anyway, my friends, it's a hobby for everything. As I said, maybe 98%. Everything else, going in nature, being with friends, pretending you're Rambo, and 2% the deer. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.